Welcome to the Vault Studios NFL podcast, an Australian twist on all things NFL. The boys are cracking into a nice cold beer from Burnley Brewing. Let's join them.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, J.A., and I am joined by two co-hosts this week. The great Buccaneer supporter, Levante Davids, who I thought it was as he walked in my door. Levante David without a tan. Richard Garraway, of course. And the great man himself, Darren John Stone, back in the studio under that shelf, which I'm certain...
I'm worried that you built this shelf.
I'm just going to put it out there, just looking at the camera. If anything happens to Darren from that shelf falling, I take zero responsibility for it, or will be paying for any of his medical bills.
I have not signed anything.
Darren, you need to nod at the camera now to accept that waiver.
No, thank you.
That's all right. You'll only get the mini helmets falling on you anyway, or a little Troy Aikman toy. That won't do any damage. That's right.
I'll take the Saquon Barkley helmet for recompensation.
Fair deal. If that falls on you, you can have Saquon. All right,
done.
That's the deal. Exciting week. I know last week I said we would have a week off for a podcast between the Super Bowl, but you have to all take into account, and you two already know this, I'm stupid and I don't understand what days and weeks are.
No, you didn't.
No.
I did research into the off-week stuff. And then they're like, there's not enough days in the fortnight.
No, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why. I thought that having no Pro Bowl would mean that there'd be an extra week, but it just meant that there wouldn't be a crappy game to have to talk about in between.
Well, there certainly was a crappy game.
Did you watch the Madden one, did you?
I watched 11 minutes.
Quick recap. How was it?
It was really bad. It was really bad. So it was 4 players from different teams led by captains from each division on Madden.
Wow.
And it goes to show that not everyone knows how to play Madden.
I think Snoop Dogg was playing. That's how serious they were taking it.
You mean Snoop Lion?
No, I think you're finding Snoop Dogg.
Is he Snoop Dogg again now?
I think
so.
I can't keep up
He
with
gave
these
Patrick
dudes.
Mahomes a new nickname.
P.
Diddy Holmes.
P. Diddy Holmes. Wow. Okay,
It was all happening today.
That's the best Pro Bowl the league's ever had.
Probably
So,
was,
from what I'm hearing, I didn't watch it.
Viewers, to be honest.
Yeah, look. Good on them. It's the first Pro Bowl team that's never had an alternate in the history of the NFL. So Ryan Tannehill was like, damn it, that was going to be my 9th Pro Bowl. Shit. Mitch Trubisky's sitting back going, mate, if that got to 12 or 11 alternates, I'm in.
Well, that's true, actually.
That's Pro Bowl money.
A lot of pretty decent guys who aren't very good get a run because of all the alternates.
100%.
So there's no bonuses tied to the Pro Bowl anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it's tied to
All Pro. Second All Pro.
Well, Eli got a whole bunch of call-ups in his later years, so it goes to show that really Pro Bowl means nothing.
Free holiday.
Do you know what? This is one time we don't have to talk about Eli.
Well, last week you actually talked about Eli for
Or the
a while.
Pro Bowl. How the hell are we still talking about the Pro Bowl?
Why did I talk about Eli last week?
We talked about the Tyree catch and Manningham's
We
throw.
did.
Did we?
Yep.
That always got to come up when you're talking Super Bowls. It was incredible.
Well, my ears
The Manningham catch was just,
But I think
it's incredible.
I think it all started because we were trying to say how Tom Brady could have 3 less Super Bowls or 3
more
more Super Bowls.
Yes,
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Tell you what, wasn't expecting
Probably wanna
either of
get the
those two
sponsors in
Giants
there.
wins.
Yes. Richie. See, that's why we love Richie.
Problem is
Always.
we've had one of the sponsors' materials already.
Yeah.
Beers.
Well, yeah, I was trying to work out. Have you eaten helmets? It's like, you can never trust DJ in this room. He just eats things. Thank you to Burnley Brewing for being the beer sponsor for this show. For the whole studio, actually. There's a few, the boys over in WA and Queensland. I've been sending them over to them. They've been munching them up. So absolutely outstanding. Thank you to Burnley Brewing. Love your work, guys. And thank you to Breaking Oz Memorabilia. What do you got the draft, Richie? Me and DJ went all out on the coffee beers
Because I'm
tonight.
taking that home with me.
You taking? You
I'm
can take a
not
couple?
wasting my coffee brand now.
Well, I got to put together. I'm not sure if the camera can see over in the corner. No, they can just see the start of it over here. There's some boxes there and a couple of boxes under the table.
I did have a coffee brown.
Yeah, the coffee browns are just so Chloe, our rep and great friend of the show. She messaged me the other day. Just all it said was, "Guess what?" I was like, "What? This is random." And she's like, without context, this game's is shit. And she had. Coffee beer is coming back. And I was like, well, should I start drinking the ones I've been hiding all over the house in random spots because I'm too scared I'm going to run out?
Well, you were hiding them for a while.
I hid that. Well, we didn't get a lot. And then one day she was just like, yeah, come in here. And took me in the back room and said, here you go. Here's some boxes of them and don't tell anyone. So they're coming back and they're coming back.
You just told everyone.
Yeah, told everyone. But they're in the studio now. You can't get.
Oh, that's true.
I'm just more worried about. You almost need a police escort leaving that place because people know you got Burnley Brewings in there. Mate, it's like GTA out there.
What, you mean you left Burnley Brewing and they suspected you had Burnley Brewing in a cut? Wow.
Yeah, it was hot.
This game continues to get better.
So, that long story short, thank you to Burnley Brewing. We love you guys. Also, thank you to Breaking Oz Memorabilia for your constant support. Love your work, guys. If you're a collector and want to collect some helmets like these ones you see up here, there's a few big ones, little ones. That's the place to go, get in some breaks and get around it. It's a great industry. They've also got some cards. Card prices. Have you seen the boom in collecting cards?
Yeah, people are bored.
It's got nuts.
It's like
People
COVID
are really
is
bored.
like, I admit, I'm into my helmets, obviously, as you can all tell, and I thought that was nerdy. Cards, love people who do it, respect you, but I don't know, I just can't get up and about for a card. But I've got a few. Like I like to pair them with my helmet, so I'll try and find like some cards that match the helmets I've got, sort of thing. I don't know. I also like toys, so let's not take any advice from me, guys. But yeah, thank you to Breaking Oz Memorabilia. Heading there. I guess everything's down in the description, guys. Also, Patreons, everyone who signed up for this month, absolutely love your work, guys. I'll spin around for the signature. This Cam McCaffrey? Who is that?
Changed his name.
CMC, Christian McCaffrey.
Wow.
Will be going to one of you guys, signed mini helmet. And we'll announce next month's Patreon next week. Had a few signed up, guys. We really appreciate it. It goes just such a long way to helping the studio out. So love your work, guys. I will do a live little video tomorrow afternoon, and the winner will be decided then. So can't wait for that. And I hope it goes to you, Hayden, our longtime friend who's a big Panthers fan. I'm rooting for you.
He is a big Panthers fan.
He's a big Panthers fan. So he was going to buy like 4 or 5 spots for it.
Let's try and guarantee it.
I said, mate, just calm down.
That's like a real break.
Yeah, I just said, just calm down.
You can see on
I'll just rig it. Don't worry.
Any of those places you can tell someone who goes for one of the helmets that's like featured.
Do you know how many dudes have asked me to rig it, and they're like, "Oh, you got to rig it for me." I'm like, "You can't now with all this random.org stuff. You got to. There's no way. You can't just put names in a hat anymore and do it.
No.
Like it's got to be legit now." Or people are like, "What are you doing?" No, that's not legit. You can't put names in a hat.
I do like the names in the hat thing, though.
I know, but remember our first fantasy draft?
I do.
Yeah, thanks, Jules. Set me back for years.
Forever, you mean? You've never won.
Never
Ever.
lost though.
But never
How do
winning.
we rank
our
league?
By people who participate by getting their name on a trophy.
Who don't finish
No.
the line
3 times.
and
Three
win.
times. 3 times. 3 times, DJ.
God, you're a dumpster fire.
I came second this year.
No, he won one. He's got 3
won one.
trophies. He won it once and lost it twice.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I got to the championship the year after.
Well, Matty Mackay's won it twice as well. So 2 of the 6 years, 4 of the 6 years are by the same people.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Jules won one.
I love Fantasy Roller Coaster.
I haven't won one. Yeah, it's good fun every year. That's it for the sponsors, though. Let's get into some news. Let's start. I think there's no better place to start than the absolute monstrous trade we had. Was it yesterday morning?
Well, you and I have been calling for this for
Staff attack.
months now.
Yeah,
For
this
Stafford to get traded. And
Ultimate
finally
staff
it's happened.
infection. Yeah, I love it. So Matthew Stafford, he goes to the Los Angeles Rams, who just love trading away their future. They love it. They live for it. If
They
there's a
hate
future,
first-round picks.
yeah, if there's a
Hate 'em.
future to trade away,
They do.
they want it gone. I guarantee you, Sean McVay's kids won't go to college because he's going to trade their future away. There's no doubt about it. But they get Matthew Stafford. They give up Jared Goff. Cha-ching. Great move, Rams. If that was all it was, it would be the best trade in the history of trades.
2 first-rounders.
pretty close.
And a second.
Not this year's.
No.
The year they give up a second rounder this year.
Yep.
And then a first rounder in 2022 and a
Mhm.
first round in 2023. That will be 6 years in a row the Rams have traded away their first round pick. Sorry,
And-
7.
And what have they
Yeah.
got for those? Jalen Ramsey and Matthew Stafford.
No, I've got other people too, but I can't remember who they were.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, they are. They 100% are. I'll get it.
Jalen Ramsey was just a straight up.
He was the first round pick.
I got it.
Didn't they throw in some crap receiver for him as well? Oh, remember they traded for Brandon Cooks?
Yeah, probably. I'll get it.
Yeah. So it's been look, I guess first of all, let's just discuss Detroit. It's a great move by them. They're getting talent in. They're going to be a terrible team. We didn't discuss their new coach, Dan Campbell, who we had a bit of a chuckle about it behind the scene. Do
Come back to that.
you want to come back to it?
Try and stay on the trade first.
Okay, so the trade. Oh, DJ, what do you think of the trade? How do
I
you
think it's
rate
actually a very good trade. I think that the biggest winner of this is Matt Stafford and Sean McVay. I think this is actually really exciting.
Yeah.
I think we were talking before the podcast about ranking quarterbacks, with Matty Stafford being somewhere towards the bottom end of the top 10 really in the league.
Easily.
He's a good, not great quarterback. He's got one of the highest passer ratings of any quarterback in the last quarter of games and has for the past 3 years.
DJ with the facts.
Mate,
I like it.
These are the dot points that I've been researching. That is nothing.
Yeah,
to
that
the
was
Super Bowl.
that was what I was planning for that bonus week we had. Remember that week? That wasn't the Super Bowl.
You're working up a different calendar. And so, like, I think that he's going to work really well with a better coach, and he actually slings the ball. Like, he's going to be
Like a cannon.
He's very much like not at all like Jared Goff. Do you
think he's going to have to be told who to throw the ball to before 15
I
seconds
made
on the
that
clock?
joke in our chat. Don't steal my joke.
That wasn't your joke. I made that to you.
How about
No, I made it to you. I'm going back. I made that joke.
All right,
Guys,
Richie made it. If you're
you're
going to go
both
check.
really funny. You're both very funny.
No, I'm the funny guy. Richie's the handsome one. Okay, Richie's Levante David.
I think. Oh, sorry.
No, that's great, yeah.
Sorry, I'm used to being one-on-one.
No, of course. No, that's right.
As far as I'm concerned, the Rams have won this trade massively.
Yeah. Easily.
Yeah, you had to give up 2 first-round picks, but you achieved something else equally as important. You got out from under one of the worst contracts and underperforming contracts in the league in Jared Goff's contract.
They'll pay Stafford less money.
Yeah, now they still do have to
Of course
eat.
they will.
They do have to eat $22 million against the cap.
You'd
Some
pay
people
that.
might not fully understand, but if you do trade a guy away, you don't just get to go, oh, thank God, we don't have to eat that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The signing bonus is prorated across the entire length of the contract.
So that's the signing bonus of what you pay on the signing day.
Yeah. So they've already paid the cash, but the cap hit still counts this year.
Yep.
But instead of it being a $65 million potential hit this year, it's now only 22.
That's massive.
So they've made a huge difference. And they got rid of a guy the coach was clearly out on.
Yep.
He'd had enough of Goff. He started the backup in the playoff game, even though Goff said he was right. And as it turns out, he was pretty right because he had to come in and play.
Yep.
So the coach was clearly out on him, and they bring in a top 10 guy. And Goff has only been a top 10 guy really once. He was garbage before McVay got there. Everyone thought he was going to be a bust.
He was good for
McVay's
1
clearly
year.
a very good coach and could get the most out of him.
Mhm.
But now McVay's got a very good quarterback who, yes, has some injury concerns. But let's face it, he's played 16 games more often than not.
Mm-hmm.
He's only had,
the year that his wife or his sister had.
Well, in his
cancer.
first year as a rookie, he played 10. He then did his knee in his second year and only played 3. Then he played all 16 through 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Then he missed half the season 2019, but he played all the games this year.
Did he play every game this year?
Absolutely did. He's
Yep.
fit. He threw for over
No.
4,000 yards, 16 games. I'm looking right at it.
Did he really?
Played every single
Passed
game.
for over 4,000 yards.
He's
Yeah.
fit. He's
So he's missed.
rating.
He's missed. Other than his knee, he's missed half a year once.
So he's
that's
had
what I'm saying. He plays
a-
every single game.
I have a
pushed
complete
100
false thought on him over the last
he's
couple of
pushed
years.
100 passer rating or QB rating literally for nearly every year in the past 10 years.
Oh, there's no doubt for me that this is.
Can I take
Right.
the flip side of it real quick?
Yeah.
Jared Goff's career's over. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's going to one of the
He's-
worst
he-
organizations with Dan Campbell, who is a great soundbite. But come on.
Yeah.
Who are we kidding here? He's talking
Did
about
you-
biting people's knees cap off.
Yeah, his press
he's
conference.
A lunatic. He's not a
Yeah.
football coach.
Do you know who would have loved that? Like the Western Crusaders or something in Gridiron Victoria. They would have eaten that shit up. 100%.
He's a rah-rah guy.
Yeah. Right, guys.
I don't
Yeah.
want me a rah-rah guy. I want me a football
Some
coach.
guys love rah-rah guys. The guys who love rah-rah guys are the guys that don't get paid millions of dollars to play football.
Exactly.
No.
I like him. And don't get me wrong. I thought he was when he swore, and I was like, I like him, and I hope it does work out because I do like Dan Campbell. He played for the Cowboys for a bit. He was one of those guys.
I don't dislike the guy. I
No,
just don't want
he's-
him coaching my football team.
No, he's always been labeled as a football guy. That always worries me when your biggest tangible skill is he's
Being
a football guy.
Yeah.
It's like, they're fucking coaches in the NFL. You know what? I hope he's a bit of a football guy. I hope he likes football.
Well, actually, he's a really good lacrosse coach.
Is he? Yeah.
And he's decided to go and
It's on par with a first round wide receiver in the first week of training going, man, this kid runs all
Runs
the
all the
routes.
routes.
Man, this kid runs all the routes. Like, look, he just ran a slant, a fade, a go. Then,
All of
then you know
them.
what? Then
All of them.
10 and in. No issue with it. 10 in, pressed him, played off him, did everything right. It's like, yeah, right. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my
Yeah.
thoughts on Dan Campbell. I do like Dan Campbell. I think
he has been at the Saints under
he could have learned a lot, but
under
I
Sean
feel
Payton,
for
assistant head coach.
the Lions because they gave him a 6-year deal.
because who was taking that job without a 6-year
Of course
deal?
not.
Because his mindset is when they fire me in 2 years' time, when this is a nightmare, I want 4 years
Okay.
paid.
Yep, that's fair.
Over under 3.5 years he lasts there.
Over.
Under 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, under.
Yeah, he'll be
Under.
fired. He'll be fired in that 30.
I think by 3 year.
He'll be fired.
He'll get there.
Like Matt Patricia almost made the playoffs 2 years ago.
They are a clusterfuck of an organisation.
Well, I can guarantee you Kenny Golladay is going to leave.
Actually,
guarantee
one
you he
short
goes.
thing, the organisation actually isn't. It's just so unsuccessful. It
Yeah.
just has such a loser environment.
They can't win.
They can't
The owners
draft. They
Will
can't.
put as much money into it as they need. I mean, let's face it, it's the Ford family.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of money, even though cars aren't quite what they used to be. And they don't like firing people, so you might hit it on that over under. But I just can't comprehend how a football guy can go in there and turn it around. I just don't understand.
You need someone who can go in and make the most of little talent.
And no one wanted to go there because Stafford already said he wanted out.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's no talent in that building. None.
This could be.
Where will they be drafting this year? Like, what's their capital?
I think
2 or 3.
Yeah, it's early. It's real early. Yeah, it's top 10, certainly top 10.
So
I
where
think
would they
6
go?
off the top of my head.
Where would they go if they just picked?
Well,
up
you've got to see who's there because we
I
know
suppose
Lawrence is
the
going
number one
1.
overall.
3.
Are they 3? Are they?
That's a massive.
So we know Lawrence is going 1. It just depends what the Jets do.
That's what the Jets do it too.
But they're not going to take a quarterback because they've just paid all this money for Jared Goff.
No, you know what?
Why am I?
If I'm
sorry,
I don't think they are 3. That was 3 was last year. They
Last
took Jeff
year.
Akuta. Your computer's a year old
it is a
tonight.
year old.
I was going to say Jeff Akuta.
I think they're
great
6.
pick. Well, like, he's
Because
been a great
3's Miami. They have
by Houston.
They have Houston's pick at 3. But like, it just depends what happens. Like that, everyone likes Zach Wilson. Everyone likes Justin
7. They're
Fields.
picking 7.
Yeah, I don't think there's a QB there.
No.
Well, you don't take one. You
They're not
got
going
Goff,
to take a QB.
O-line, D-line.
Yeah.
What do we always
That's
say?
exactly right.
Rebuild the damn team.
Because
Get the best offensive
ideal
lineman
world,
at
they're
number 7.
terrible next year and they get the number 1 pick and take a
Or-
quarterback then where they can get out of Goff's
Or
contract.
draft back at 7 and take 2 later first round picks,
Yeah,
and then
they
just
just-
try to build up that offensive.
They will
defense.
just be
They gotta
going
ta-
talent.
They got to be taking
talent.
top line talent. They can't trade back.
You know what they can't do? They can't take another fucking tight end in the top 10. So they can't do.
Hawkinson's a decent.
I'm just
guy.
looking
Yeah,
at
but he's a tight end.
But
I'm looking
he's
at a bunch
decent
of different-
tight end.
He's good, but you know where they find decent tight ends in the NFL?
The
Round
fourth
2.
round.
Yeah, round 2 and 3 and 4. Day 2 in the old days.
in a lot of the mocks because
Yeah.
usually like DNs are just loaded and D
Yeah.
tackles. They're actually not so much this year.
No, there's not many DNs.
They've got him taking the linebacker from Penn State. I think it's Micah Parsons.
Yeah, Parsons. Yeah,
Um,
he's good.
but if Kawhi Payne, the
They
edge
sh-
rusher out of Michigan, who's
they
if you have
sh-
not seen his, go put it on.
Yeah.
But
Is it? Am I wrong to think
there's
though
no
whoever
good
they take is going to be a
O-line either.
bust? I guarantee any pick who's
Akuta
sitting
wasn't
there.
a bust though. Like,
Akuta was not good last year. He was okay. He's not a bust yet,
yeah,
but
like,
there's a
he's
chance
taken
he
third. He needs to be better.
like
than
he
that.
needs to be
Oh,
a
that's true,
third
actually.
overall pick. He needs to be fucking outstanding. Like
but not everyone can be like a Ramsey or one of those top picks who are going to come in straight away. And just
most
blow
corners
people
that go
apart.
in the top 5 end up being. I'd love to do the facts, but most of them end up
actually
being
say, yeah.
pretty good. Off the
I
top
think
of
a lot
my
of them
head,
get injured.
there was one like
early on.
Morris Claiborne, who the Cowboys took a few years ago. He was going to be the best corner in the history of the NFL according to college.
Yeah,
Mark Barron was one, the safety who now plays
that was terrible.
outside linebacker for the Steelers, I think.
I don't know how he's still in the league.
Because you know why? Because he can cover and he can hit. So they're
And
like,
he-
you can play
he
nickel
accepted-
linebacker
he
for me.
accepted a change.
He just said, "I'll play wherever you want." You know, jumps around the league,
Keep paying me.
play special teams. That's the key. If you're a pro player that's on the fringe, be real good at special teams because
Pretty
you'll
nice.
get in.
Fast that likes to hit.
Yep. Let's move on. The big try. I think one thing I'll say on the Rams: this better work. If this doesn't work, you're in real trouble, Sean McVay. Real trouble because you've got no capital coming in the door.
But I don't know about anyone else, but if anyone else watched the Rams Hard Knocks this year, you got to watch Jared Goff in his new little chalet playing golf chip shot
it's
off his driveway.
Dreadful. Jared Goff's a pain in the
And
ass.
now he's been shipped from this beautiful country LA chalet to Detroit.
I know. It's like, hey, suck it.
Trust me,
Suck it, Gerald.
he's only going to
like
be he's
everyone
only
else.
going to be there in season. Then he's going back to LA.
Yeah, but it's right.
Just
Jared
like
Goff must
everyone
have just
laugh.
sitting there being like, when he got that message, him and his smoking hot fiance must have been like, yeah, I'm leaving you.
Yeah, it's like, I'll
That,
take
that
you.
money's still being paid to him. Though. I don't think he's going anywhere.
I'll be your LA wife.
Number by any chance? No, but I think the Rams, I like the move. They're trying to win, but hey, they played in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and the moves they made got them there.
So, might work again.
I think
Yeah,
the only thing
true.
they were missing last year was a good quarterback. They got
Yeah.
everything in front of them.
Yeah.
But no capital. no
Not
draft
at all.
capital.
They're
So
fucked for the next 4
if
years.
this doesn't work, they're in real trouble. That's
Yeah,
all.
I
Like, look
think-
at the Texans. They traded a lot away and it didn't work, and
No.
now they're in real trouble.
Yeah, but they didn't have the talent that
No,
is
true.
in LA.
Or-
Not even close.
Yeah.
Or the coaching. I think Sean McVay's a damn good
Me
coach.
too.
I do
definitely.
like it. Like, they
And-
made the playoffs this year with the number one defense in the league.
Yeah.
You add Matt Stafford to an offense with the number one, say they're a top
Yeah.
10 defense next year.
But they'll be able
They're,
to,
they're better.
if any of those guys are up, and I haven't looked that deep yet because obviously it's Super Bowl week, but if any of those guys are up, they're more likely to stay now.
Yeah.
The organization saying, guys, we've got it. And they just got themselves cap space because they got rid of 65 bloody
That's- and
million
that's
off
a
the
lot.
Yeah,
ball.
they're paying
cap
Stafford
space
like,
too.
was it like almost 11 million less they're going to pay Stafford? Like,
Of
the
cash.
Yeah,
the
cash.
cap hit is
Yeah.
even lower.
Yeah, it's
It's
outstanding.
insane.
Let's move on. Let's just talk
Eagles?
Houston. Oh, yeah.
Eagles in Houston?
Yeah, do Eagles first. So they decided that they made a massive mistake letting Frank Reich leave the building and
Indeed.
decided to hire Frank Reich 2. So I'm calling him. I don't care what his name is, Richard. Frank Reich
I can't say
2.0.
it anyway.
What
Nick
is his name?
Sirianni.
Nick Sirianni. Good name.
Sirianni.
Good name. That's a football. You know what? That's a football. I bet you he's a football guy.
I bet he's Italian.
Nah, he's a
bet
football
he's
guy.
Italian.
Football guy.
Yeah, he's definitely a football guy, if you ask me. Look, he's from the Colts. Colts have had great success offensively the last few years.
Yeah.
You know,
he was the QB coach at Philly beforehand.
yeah, and they survived. Let's be honest, they survived an absolute superstar franchise quarterback in Andrew Luck with a month before the season going, hey, I'm done. They survived that, and they played in the playoffs last year. Everyone go, they were the 7 seed. They won 11 games.
Oh, they've had a very, very good offense for the
Yeah.
past 4 years. So
Yeah, I would say this is all the reports coming out now that Wentz is very unhappy, wants out, wants this, wants that. I think that maybe I haven't heard a lot since the hire, mate. Maybe bringing this guy back is going to help Wentz.
Yeah.
I've also heard a lot of reports from a lot of Eagles reporters that Wentz is the problem, and
Yeah,
that
that one
he's
went gone.
Apparently, he's a
An
bit of a
asshole.
prima donna.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's an asshole. Treats everyone like shit. The players don't like him. They don't buy in around him. Quarterbacks are very responsible for morale on a team.
Oh,
Um,
100%.
You don't have to be the best player always, but I bet
be
you
the
if
best person.
you have to be
you
the
got to
best
be the best
bloke in the
person.
building.
You gotta be
I
the
think
best
you asked the 2001 Baltimore Ravens what they think of Trent Dilfer. There's nothing but praise for the guy.
Yeah.
And he was not the most talented guy in the room, but they loved him and they won a Super Bowl because of his leadership. That's what a lot of them say. So, and the number one defense and
Well, we
Jamal
said the
Lewis
same
going
thing
for
about,
2,000
like,
yards.
with the same thing about Dolphins this year with Fitzmagic
Exactly.
and Tua.
Guys play for
Well, guys
dudes.
played
So,
for him, and
Yeah.
then when he got pulled, they played like shit for 3 rounds.
yeah, 100%. So I think I like the move, but it's a big step backwards for the Eagles. They've basically gone Frank Reich was what we all thought, which was that Frank Reich was the glue that held that team together. What we learned the
He
last
was.
2 years, that maybe Doug Peterson wasn't that good a coach, which, in perspective of the NFL, he wasn't that good a coach. In perspective of the world, he's a very good coach. But and they've kind of told us we were accurate. They've kind
Yeah.
of said, you know what, you're right. We do need Frank Reich back. We can't get Frank Reich back. And let's get the next best guy, which is Nick Sirianni. Is that right?
You'll Sirianni.
Sirianni.
You'll hear from like Eagles fans though that the year before the one that just finished, straight after their Super Bowl, that they actually had a very good team, offense and defense. They just couldn't keep any wide receivers on the field.
What quarterback was hurt most of the year
Wentz, yeah, that's true.
and got hurt in the playoff game?
Whereas Doug Peterson actually did a good job of coaching that clusterfuck that was their team at that point in time.
Yeah.
They had 4th string
But
wide
in
receivers
saying
starting.
that, they made the playoffs as a wild card and only beat the Bears in the first round because of the double doink.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like,
Bears
they-
would have been if it went.
They were never winning a Super Bowl after that year.
No.
Which is like, there's Super Bowl hangovers are a thing. We all know that teams rarely make it back to a Super Bowl 2 in a
and
row.
big Dick Nick left.
Big flopper, I like to call him. That, mate.
Unfortunately, he
he's
left.
He's a
and that's what-
machine.
His penis was keeping the whole organization together.
Yeah, like a stable raft.
Like everyone got into the middle of the room, and he just wrapped it around the entire group, and then they just shuffled left and right, like in the Mighty Ducks, when they're all like roped together.
I don't
and
care if you want to be one.
skated.
You're surrounded by my penis. There's nowhere to go.
Exactly right. And they just dragged him to the playoffs.
This is enlightening. We haven't had penis talk for weeks on the show.
You're welcome.
Thanks, TJ. If you don't bring anything, it's penis talk.
Who's shizzle?
Any more on that? I think we're happy to move on to the Texans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate the
Quick-
Eagles.
Quick recap of the last week. Deshaun Watson, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, who is
Demands
only 25 years old. There was speculation he wanted out. He was working with the team. He was going back and forth. Oh, maybe we'll work it out. He comes straight out. I want out. Trade me. Don't want to be in the part of this team anymore. I don't want to be part of this organization anymore. 2 days before that, JJ Watt says to the team, hey, I want out. I've had enough. The team goes, yeah, no worries. JJ Watt. We're looking for a trade for JJ Watt too. Let's just talk. Then they go and hire David Culley, who is 65 years old, which makes him the oldest head coach in the league. Never been a head coach before. Has, as you can imagine, a guy who's been in the NFL. He has a good resume.
Can I just... all right. His first coaching job was at the University of Austin Peay as a running back coach in 1978.
I don't reckon...
the year before I was born.
Was the forward pass invented in 78?
Yeah, just because then he went to Vanderbilt.
I guarantee you fullbacks and tight ends were right up everyone's alley back in 78.
He has been everywhere.
Yeah.
Austin Peay, Vanderbilt, Middle Tennessee State, Chattanooga, Southwestern Louisiana, Texas El Paso, Texas A&M, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is when he came into the NFL. Pittsburgh Steelers, Philadelphia Eagles with a new job. Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills, Baltimore Ravens, Houston Texans head coach.
So last year he was the Baltimore Ravens assistant head coach, wide receivers coach, and passing game coordinator. So this guy's offensively minded. I think this was a Hail Mary to keep Watson around. Watson did say that it was a day before he demanded the trade. So it wasn't like they hired the coach and then he went, no, I'm out. I don't want to be a part of this team. He did say before, so it's not, but it's just the same thing we keep saying. Old white dudes just keep getting jobs. I just find it really gut-wrenching.
He's a football dude, though.
Oh, is he? Oh, then
he's a football guy.
Take over. I didn't realize he was a football guy.
See, well, there you go.
But I find it hard to believe that Eric Bieniemy just...
How the hell does he not have a job?
That's
crazy.
Don't
get it.
Absolutely
it's because
crazy.
because he's in a Super Bowl, he doesn't get a job. Like we've seen guys like Josh McShitnels took a job at the Colts and quit it before the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason why. Maybe Eric Bieniemy just went, no, you know what? I don't want to coach in Houston. Because what we're all thinking Houston are waiting for Bieniemy,
exactly
and then that's going to be what keeps Watson around. But no, they get David Pulley, who in the scheme of what people are doing these days with NFL coaches, he's a dinosaur.
No, most of the NFL franchises are going to college and going to like a new coach coming out of college. With
young
new
guys
ideas.
with fresh ideas. Unless you're the Cowboys and you hire dinosaurs too. But this is what I mean. Like
nothing wrong with the formation.
So basically, it's the really old white Texas owners
that
are hiring old white coaches.
Yes.
That's it. Like obviously Corey does our fantasy football show. African American guy, legend of a bloke. He said that the 4 assistant coaches, the coordinators, O&D in the Super Bowl are all black.
Yeah.
And not one of them have had an interview. And
that's
I don't know if that's...
Eric Bieniemy got interviewed in a bunch of places.
He got interviewed. Not one of them got a job.
And so, none of them got a job, but they definitely got interviewed.
And then you've got this guy who has less team success. Like, what is the passing game coordinator for Baltimore Ravens? They passed it 6 times last year.
They called a lot more passing players. It's just they never got run.
He's in Kansas City until they get Mahomes, and then he's not there anymore. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I don't like saying this guy's going to be a bad coach because he's clearly not a bad coach. He's been around the NFL for a long time, so he clearly is a good coach. But I'm just,
it says a lot about an organization when the offense and the defense soul choose to leave the team.
Yeah,
JJ
100%.
Watt is
I get it more from Watt. I think Watt's chasing.
Watt's old and broken. He wants it.
He's
got 2 years of quality football left in him, and then he's going to start to drop off. He wants to do it at a team that can win a Super Bowl.
I'll find room for him.
Spoiler alert! I reckon he'll end up in Green Bay, Wisconsin boy.
What a nice landing spot for him.
Put money on
Add him into that defense. You'd only have to do
mate. You would have to give up more than a 3rd or 4th round pick for him.
With those idiots, press him 7th.
But they you know what? They'll be so because remember he still earns $18 million.
Yeah,
they'll be that keen to get rid of that cap, and he's in the last year of his deal, so there'll be no dead money because the signing bonus will be all but gone.
Well, Green Bay, great
band.
They don't like helping out Aaron Rodgers, so of course they'll go get an aging defensive end.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
with injury
makes sense,
and they'll let Aaron Jones walk because why have good talent running backs? They'll just go to AJ Dillon. Actually, that's probably what they should do, giving up a 2nd-round pick for him. But anyway, that's kind of it for the news. That's it for the coaches. That's it for the show, guys. Thanks for being here because we have an extra week before the Super Bowl.
Well, you did mention that Mr. Rivers is pulling out of his career.
Oh, did we mention? Didn't we get that last week?
We did that
you did last week already?
I think we're
already halfway into the show. Let's switch over to the actual game.
Is there something happening? in 7 days' time, officially. It's actually more like 6 and a little bit days now.
Yeah, because who's going to sleep on that Sunday, really?
Oh, my God. It's like Christmas for
My
me.
child won't.
It's better than Christmas.
Dude, we'll talk after the show about that, all right? You poor bugger.
All right.
Let's talk Kansas City Chiefs and the wearing white Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl. What are we up to?
55.
55. I'll start with I don't want to get into the statistical side of this, but one thing I want to discuss, and I want to discuss it right off the bat, the way that Mahomes' career is projecting. His trajectory of his career
going up.
Trajectory.
Projecting is what you're going to guess what's going to happen.
I'm going to do the way his career is trajecting.
Okay.
So the way it's climbing right now that we can see, there's a chance when it's all said and done, this guy may be the best quarterback in ever. And there's a chance that if he wants to catch Brady, this game has such a big talent. It seems stupid that in his 4th year in the NFL and his 3rd year as a starter, we're discussing that Mahomes may be the greatest quarterback. He might be the only guy that can compete with Brady, but I've never seen a guy throw the ball like this before in my life. And I was thinking about it today. I've seen prime Favre, Rodgers, Manning, Brady, who I think is kind of still in his prime, believe it or not, unbelievably. Romo, thank you. Eli Manning.
Eli in that one.
If you're not going to take this seriously, I'm going to go home.
Eli in the playoffs, Tim Tebow, just to name a few. I've seen all these guys in their prime, and I think Mahomes is the best I've seen play quarterback.
Oh, he's a freak. He can pass as well and accurate outside and inside the pocket, on the run or standing still. Like, he doesn't need the traditional quarterback.
I've never seen someone throw it like that.
Feet. Like, he's just a freak.
And let's be honest, if it wasn't for D Ford being a complete moron and going offside,
one play.
I guarantee you they win that LA Super Bowl.
Oh, they would have killed him.
Because LA would dreadful that game. So you say if he played in that, he would have already got Brady wouldn't have got his 6th.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just the NFL, I guess
Bloody
you can talk.
D-Ford.
But
there's
he's one playoff being in a Super Bowl 3 years in a row.
And
it's
quite frankly,
incredible.
winning them. As I said to you when I brought that up the other day, it's very much, I put that one D Ford offside, I put that up against that stupid American who plays for Collingwood, whose name escapes me. Mason Cox, who has one tinny good fucking game in his entire career against Richmond in that preliminary final, knocked Richmond out. We would have killed West Coast that year, and we would have won 4 in a row. Everyone at home knows it. Mason smart-assy Cox, one good game his entire fucking career. It cost me a 4p.
You're the worst player.
You're right. Has it been tough winning 3 and 2 in 4 years? Has it been a tough slog?
You know what would have been great? 4 in fucking 4 years.
You selfish prick.
But my point is, before that, it was 1983, so he's got a lot to actually.
80, mate. If you're going to give me shit,
80?
get the year right.
I'm not going to give Richmond shit. I'm a Carlton supporter, and that's the end of the AFL talk.
So,
listen to them, boy.
As we said,
hey, it's been 20 years since we've been to the final.
It could have so simply have been. Yep. This could be potentially going for 3 in a row. As you said, one offside kept that drive alive.
The problem is, not to go ahead too far, but I think they'll be going for 3 in a row next year anyway.
Well, the thing about football is stuff does happen.
Yeah, people get injured.
Things happen.
Ask the Jaguars.
And before
the 2018
Jaguars. We know how fast you can turn.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants to go, look at the Patriots, they could do that. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they can. But history tells us they won't.
It could be something as
that
simple as Tyreek Hill beats the crap out of another woman again and never plays NFL again, and that hurts their team. It could be something Mahomes, fingers crossed, touch wood,
gets injured,
breaks his leg, and never the same person
he's
again.
Been injured before.
It could be anything. But this is a game that when like Brady's career is obviously very close to being said and done, and Mahomes is just at the start. But this could be, stupidly enough, the thing that separates them when it's all said. If Brady wins this game and Mahomes goes on to win 5 Super Bowls, and they're like, but breaks every passing record, has all it, and they go, yeah.
Brady beat him.
Tom Brady beat him when he was 44, when he was playing for Tampa Bay. Remember that? You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine the Brady fans on whatever the new Facebook will be, Lifebook, in 10 years' time, in 20 years' time, going, yeah, but he couldn't beat Brady when he was 44 in Tampa. Remember that? Hey?
It's interesting. I mean, even if you look back to when they last played.
Yeah.
When they went up 17-0, I'm sure I messaged you because I was beside myself. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Tyreek Hill had already had over 200 yards.
It was bad.
They're up 17-0
in the first quarter.
It was so fast. And I was just like, dear God, these guys are unbelievable. Now, Tampa are not the team they were in that game.
No.
I honestly believe they have been improving every week as they get more and
Sure.
more. in
Was
sync with each other.
Godwin
And the
not then
Chi-
playing that game as well?
It was one of
I think
them.
there's a
One of
few-
them was
yeah,
missing.
I
there's a
will
few
say,
people
though,
to
the
see.
Chiefs haven't been outstanding the last few weeks. They've done enough to win games. And I'm like,
That's
I know
my fear.
I
No,
know
that's my fear.
if they turn it on,
They just keep winning. Exactly. What happens when they turn it on?
I'm really
Like,
worried.
That's
and
what I'm fearing.
That's really
they just
scary.
blow us out.
This is a great matchup in this. Like the Tampa Bay Bucks, we discussed this a couple of weeks ago. It's with Lewis, actually. They give up the most big plays in the league in the passing game.
Yeah, it's because
and
we
you've-
make the most risks up front.
Agreed. And the two things I'm weighing up this game is, all right, last week it really worked for the Bucks. They got absolutely after Aaron Rodgers, and it paid off. And they won the game. They did give up a couple of big plays, but they won the game because the offense was able to score.
No safeties are in the game.
Yeah, I think, is Winfield going to play?
I'm actually trying to bring up the injury report.
Yeah, so but the two big ones for me, yes, big plays will be a problem, and we know the Bucks are going to send
He's
guys.
listed right now as questionable.
Well, both tackles, Mitchell Schwartz, who's one of the best right tackles in the league,
Yeah.
hasn't played most of the year, and then Fisher, the left
He's out
tackle,
for the
who's
year.
very good, number one overall pick a few years ago,
Yeah.
not but he's better than the backup.
He's not a groundbreaker.
And we
but he's
saw
quite good.
We saw what JPP did to a backup last week.
Well,
Old
JPP
seven finger
is-
Jack.
It was at one point the best pass rusher in the league.
JPP is one of the most.
He's
what's
got
the
one of
right
the best
word?
engines as a DM.
I'm just trying to think his career. It's like one of the most. It's one that'll probably a story that'll never get told enough. But to blow off almost your entire hand,
As he's
and
about
have-
to sign a 5-year
yeah,
contract.
and have to rechange the
He was
way.
a free agent, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he was a
So-
speed rusher,
Yeah.
and then to go from that and be like, all right, how can I be a good player again? He had a year off. He then was bad for a year, and then all of a sudden he just started to click, and then he's turned himself into this
He played a whole
powerful.
year with a club.
Yeah, he's just this powerful bull rushing guy now. And then you put Shaq Barrett on the other side against a backup right tackle. I think Shaq Barrett is still one of the best pass rushers in this league. I know
Oh,
the
yeah.
production on paper wasn't there this year, but again, we
He
discussed
led pressures.
led the league in pressures. That stuff and was outstanding against Green Bay. The defense is hot. Vita Vey made a big difference last week, and Darmakin Sue is they're calling him the Benjamin Button of defensive tackles, which is he's getting better with that. He's aging like a fine
And
wine.
he's not getting as many penalties.
No, he's not killing
Doesn't get
people.
any.
He's not. He hasn't stomped. He hasn't
Hasn't
stomped
stomped
on
on
a
anyone
guy's
in
helmetless
ages.
face for years.
Well, it's weird though, isn't it? Maybe he's mellowed. But he's always been one of the most dangerous D-line tackles.
Exactly, he's
in the league.
outstanding.
He just
And then
has been that
you
complete
pair that
loose-
with old Levante over here. I don't know why he's not on a plane. He should be at Media Week over in Super Bowl. He's built like him over there.
We're doing it all by Zoom this year.
Devin White,
Oh,
Levante David,
And
two
Devin
of the
White
best
is-
middle linebackers in the league.
Mate, and they will come after you. But my concern is,
No, one of them's going to be assigned completely to Kelsey full time.
no. Winfield will play on Kelsey. If Winfield
Yeah.
plays, he'll have
That's if he
Kelsey.
gets up. Look, I don't think Whitehead's going to get up.
No.
Knee, shoulder, the pull bar.
If he does, he'll be playing with injections in every bit of his body.
I don't think he's any chance. And Whitfield, look, he's listed as questionable. He is not taking part in practice yet.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So-
He'll be
The
getting
big issue
injections,
is
so-
if
we'll see.
they match up Tyreek Hill on Carlton Davis.
no, they'll have
I
to
don't
be
mind
putting-
Carlton
they'll have to be putting
Davis.
a safety
They've learned their
over the top.
lesson.
But I think one thing I do respect is Bruce Arians is a really good football coach. He's been around the
Yeah.
league a long time. I think they'll come in with a better plan. But on the other side, Andy Reid's a great football coach too.
Oh,
and
bloody oath.
I think this is going to be high scoring. I don't think we're going to get like the Bills last week who just shit the bed on offense. And watching that game back, I actually thought the Bills offense as a whole they played quite scared. They needed to play like we're playing the Chiefs. We have a 9-0 lead. We need to score 40 points still.
I really look forward to what Todd Bowles is going to dial up.
Yeah, he's a great coach.
He's a very good coach.
Another guy who'd be a better head coach rather than half the people we've mentioned tonight.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So he's going to get his second chance at him.
Yep.
They've obviously got very good tape on him because, quite frankly, for half a game they whooped us. It
Yep.
didn't end up being a whooping, but
No.
they put the cue in the rack. Go back and watch it.
Oh yeah, no,
They-
it
they
was.
explain it
Oh,
so
it was one of those
yeah.
ones that was never in
Maybe they
doubt.
want to
was
put
never-
all their tricks back in.
It was never in
tricks
doubt.
Back into
Yeah.
bed.
Even though I know it was close, it was never in doubt. So the Todd Bowles matchup with that Andy Reid offense is going to be great because he's going to learn from his mistakes. Now I know Andy Reid will have a few more tricks because, as you
That's what
rightly
he does.
pointed out, he's a good coach.
These
But-
teams will score.
I am really excited to see these matchups. It's going to be a 30-30 something.
Hopefully, we've had
It'll
a
be
few
something
pretty
like
lackluster.
that.
I just can't see a world where this is like 0-0 at half or
Oh, no way.
3-0.
I don't know what the over is,
it's
but whatever
in
the overs
Tampa.
are for every quarter taken.
Yeah, it's
Freaking
in
oath.
Tampa, so the weather's not going to be an issue unless there's a storm, which
Yeah, unless it's rain.
if that happens, it happens. You can't do much about it. But the weather's not going to be an issue.
No.
I don't know. It just
It's
feels
going to
like
be a passing game. Both of these two teams have really the best receiving core in the league.
Yeah,
Like,
and
when
Antonio
all the-
Brown, is he
Antonio
back?
Brown, he's questionable still. isn't he?
Let me just have a
I
look.
reckon there's no chance he doesn't play.
Knee-
No
you
chance he
have
doesn't
to.
play.
Knee doubtful has not
Oh, that's
participated in
bad.
any way.
That's
Whereas
But that could also
Evans, who's
be
also
them-
got a knee, he's had limited practice. He's practiced every single
Yeah, but that could also be with
so-
Antonio Brown, them saying, hey,
Well, they got to start
We know you
upgrading
can play.
because you can't jump more
No.
than
Two.
one rung.
we'll have to, just for everyone if you're listening to this like closer to the Super Bowl, this is a week before. We're sick. We're the week before. So
one whole week.
there's a lot of time still to get these guys up and about. Like Winfield has said, if he's doubtful now, Winfield.
Yeah, he's doubtful.
So I'd be sure. You know what they do with them? They try and
questionable.
they try and move them as slow as possible so the other team can't get a key on what's happening. And what can you play? You can play at questionable, can't you?
Yes, you can play.
Can't
for
play
this
it
question.
doubtful.
Yeah. So
Now,
I think
sorry,
they'll slowly move them up.
Technically, you can, but the fine's huge.
Oh,
so
yeah, okay.
so they don't
Yeah.
do it.
So they can trick people. But either way, like when you get actually all the bodies on the field for both teams, the receiving calls are awesome. Like this
Incredible.
is going to be a vertical game. Like there's going to be such an amazing amount of yardage and scores.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of the most entertaining.
Both teams
To
take
watch?
their shots.
Yes,
Do the
exactly
turn?
right.
What scares me is like realistically, Brady could have put the Green Bay Packers away in the third quarter last week.
No, except
He
for
had
the-
two really bad throws.
the
One wasn't his
interceptions.
fault, but that one to Mike Evans, that was the put away.
Yeah.
After the turnover, I can picture that play where it hitting Mike Evans in the chest, him making Jerry Alexander miss
the
like it's
post-
nothing and just walking in.
Is that
Because
the
that's what,
post route?
yeah, the post where you just put it high on him. Now, everyone says Mike Evans shouldn't caught it. Really hard catch. Yes.
You didn't know it's going there though.
Yeah, it was hard. He turned late. My argument is if the ball hits him anywhere but that high, it's a touchdown. So
Yeah.
Brady made a few mistakes and that'll hurt him. But then on the other hand,
Edelman would have known it was going there.
Peddleman would have just jumped up with this
Easily
freakish
would've
ability
known.
like a lacrosse player and
Because
caught
they
it.
practice every day in
That's the problem.
the street.
There's that's why Scotty Miller's been getting it done. He's the closest thing he's got to Edelman.
He's friggin' light.
So Scotty Miller reckons he's faster than Tyreek Hill.
I read his quote.
Tyreek Hill's a lot of things, but and one of them is he's definitely faster than Scotty
Now,
Miller.
he didn't say I'm faster than him.
Why don't they have
Yes,
a
he
race
did.
at halftime?
He definitely said he was faster.
said that he's fast, but I'll always bet on me. Or something like he always bets on him.
Oh,
He
so it was a
named himself-
douchebag way of saying I'm
Yes,
faster. I
yeah,
like
but he
Scotty
didn't
Miller
actually
even
say.
less
But he
now.
didn't actually say I am faster than Tyreek Hill. It
No,
was
he's-
like you know what?
It's like, I could beat him.
Yeah, exactly.
If he slipped, like the Seinfeld episode where the guy slips and Jerry beats him.
He
Yeah.
basically said if they lined them up, how would he fare? He said, "Oh, I'm taking me every day of the week. I'll take me over anyone."
Yeah.
So not
All right.
are you faster than
All right.
Tyreek
You know
Hill?
what I like? Do you know what I like about Scotty Miller? I reckon he's a real gym rat.
Confidence.
He's a gym rat, I reckon. He's in the gym,
Yeah.
working out. You know, he's definitely a football
He's running with
guy.
parachutes.
Well, he's definitely a football player.
Yeah,
That we can say about
He
him. Definitely a
apparently
football
he
player.
struck. One big
Some
thing
of
is
his
that.
catches have been amazing.
Well, the reason he went undrafted and not in the first round is because, in fact, he can't run all the routes.
He's not good at that 10 and left, right.
Yeah, it's like there's
Yeah.
just a few routes, like the go. He's good at the go. He's not great at the one where they run and come back. That one, that one. I think it's a curl. He's not great at that. He's not great at stopping. I think that's his
Tell you
problem.
what, though, he's one of those receivers that you like watching because he goes after it in the air.
Oh, I love Scotty Miller. I think Richie.
Every team needs a Scotty Miller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every team needs a
Every
fast
team
white
needs a
guy in the
Scotty
slot.
Miller.
They're
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Cole Beasley. There's so many of them. Most of the good teams have that guy.
Who's the guy at the Raiders? Renfro.
Renfro,
Hunter?
yeah. Hunter
He
Renfro.
is such a good
He's
player. He
good.
was
Andy
a
is a-
bargain when they
Andy
got him.
Isabella at the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Every,
Yeah.
As I said, every team should have
Every
one.
team needs them. Cowboys don't have one.
Giants
idiots.
don't have one.
They got CD Lamb instead. Love him.
They
Not,
got- they
not
got
many
a
players in the
ridiculous head coach
NFC
who's
East.
wasting his career. Anyway,
Yes. So let's go. Let's
do you want to talk some odds? Or you got something
Oh,
else you want to
yeah.
go through?
The other thing I'll just
Love me odds.
finish
Yeah,
up on.
storylines.
The turnovers of Brady. It's a concern.
So I will say one thing. Tampa are, I think, fourth in the NFL in turnovers this year.
Yeah.
And they were middle of the pack with about 6 weeks to go.
Yeah, they've got a
I think,
lot
in the
better.
season.
Yeah.
They have decided they're living on the feast and famine. You go, okay, we're going to risk it. We're going for everything. We're going to get the turnover. Here's a short field. Brady punches in some points.
100%.
That's been the move.
One
5-6 weeks of the regular season and
Yeah.
the playoffs.
and one thing Bruce
That's right
Arians
for him.
won't do is he won't die wondering.
oh shit!
No.
he won't
hell
leave
no.
this game thinking I should have gone for it there. He,
he won't
will
kick, he
go.
won't kick a field goal.
Nah, he will go for any chance.
Wasn't that? Sorry,
gets.
I did listen to last week's podcast as well, and I loved your rant about
God
it.
damn you,
What
LaFleur!
absolute ridiculousness. I don't think
No,
that's
they're
going to
coming
happen.
back.
No, I don't think that's going to happen in the Super Bowl, though.
Analytics say that you should have
No,
kicked the field goal.
analytics are absolute piece of dog shit.
No, Darren. Analytics are the future of the NFL.
Cool.
No one should know football.
But that's it, though. Like, the Chiefs are not going to do that.
Neither of these coaches are doing that.
No, hell no.
Before we get to odds, last thing, it's really like the young super. There's no doubt that Mahomes is a better quarterback than Tom Brady. There's no doubt in my mind.
At this point, yeah, definitely.
At this
No
point.
doubt at
I
all.
would say ever. I don't think Tom Brady's ever played at the level that Mahomes has played at. Now, he's won a lot more and he's been a lot more successful.
that year with Randy Moss.
Randy Moss, I was going to say.
Yeah.
That year, see, you're doing a bit of revisionist history.
Yeah,
here.
that was pretty
That
good.
year with Randy Moss was something.
He has
special.
thrown 50 touchdowns in the NFL, so I should probably just
I
shut
was
up a little
going to
bit.
say, yeah, he has been, but as of right now, Mahomes is better than I've ever seen a quarterback play.
Before we do odds, though, there's just my head is telling me the Chiefs should win this, and they should win it easily.
Yeah, I think so.
But
too.
it's Tom fucking Brady.
yes.
Like,
And
this
you
story-
never bet it- you never bet against them.
Tampa chose to wear white because Brady's never lost wearing white in the Super Bowl.
Is this?
Yes,
but is
that's
this?
great.
Is it, yeah, apparently,
That's
both
so
of them are
good.
like, we'll wear white. And they're like, no, home team gets the choice.
And you know
That's
that changes
right.
every year because I was
Yeah.
like, how could Tampa be the home team? They had a way better record than us. Yeah, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
They take it in turns. NFC, AFC.
So,
Oh.
but the bit I just said, it's like the young gun who's clearly the next coming god of the league as a quarterback
Playing against the old Wally Fox.
And I just Tom Brady's coming back next year, but is Tom Brady's story like this story every year? I'm like, I can't. No way he wins. No way he beats Green Bay. No way he's in the Super
I
Bowl
love
with
the
Tampa.
story, though, of him leaving the
So-
Patriots and people asking the question of, is it Brady or is it Belichick?
It's definitely not Brady.
Well, that's exactly right.
And I don't
It's
think it was Belichick either.
well,
I think
Brady,
it was a bit of
literally,
both.
that's what I really want.
There
the
was
Bucs
lack
to
of
win.
talent around him.
They're
Yes.
both allowed to be great.
Yes,
That's true.
they are.
Exactly
They are.
right.
But this is it's
As I
ended
keep
that
saying, it's not
conversation.
either or. They're
No,
both allowed to
But
be
The
this
Chiefs
has
will
ended
have
that
that.
conversation now because I felt like a lot of Brady haters were like, "Nah, it's all Belichick. What are you talking about?" But now, like Brady, I can't believe there are Brady haters out there still.
That makes sense.
I can't see what I said. We said it last week. Sit back and enjoy this fucking ride because Tom Brady, we might not ever have a guy like this again.
No,
we
exactly
might
right.
not.
This might
And
be his one of two last years. You
Yeah.
don't know what happens. in
enjoy
the
it. And
offseason.
it just my heart is just telling me that Brady's story ends by beating Mahomes.
Also,
It
Gronk
just
might
ends.
get another.
Exactly.
championship.
I think this story ends with him winning.
Imagine him denting another trophy.
That is still the great. If you've never watched the YouTube video of Gronkowski talking about how he dented the trophy at the dinner, go and watch it. It is outstanding.
No,
All right.
I would love to see the Bucks win. I'd love to see the fairy tale of Tom Brady getting his seventh and not just capping off the entire career, but
Yeah.
adding to it and then showing Mahomes who in the next 15 years he's going to have his own.
Yeah, but just for the record, I think the Chiefs win this. But I want
My
Brady
head
to.
says the Chiefs are going to win by 25 points. My heart says the Bucks will win if the comeback drive by Brady.
can we
and
just
win
have-
by 3?
Yeah, what I want to happen is what happened in that AFC Championship game where it goes to overtime. Mahomes doesn't get a chance. Nothing would make turning to every Patriot hater and just being like, every Tom Brady hater and just being like, man, I love it that Mahomes didn't get a chance there. You know what? He didn't deserve it because his defense didn't get a stop. All right, Richie's about to burst at the seams. Let's go. Bet, hit us with them. What do you got? Starting with the anthem.
Straight up, I'll come to all that. Straight up, Chiefs paying $1.56 for the win. Buccaneers $2.44. The handicap is 3 points.
Bucks are
If you like
244 in there. Oh,
Throw it
hometown.
on.
Oh, sorry. We've said hometown advantage the whole
Hometown
time.
advantage.
This is the first team to
Yeah.
ever play in their home stadium. If you don't think that's a big deal, it is. Imagine
It's
waking up
huge.
in your own bed. Or maybe not in your own bed. They're probably in a hotel together.
But for the
imagine
2 weeks
like-
before it,
Yeah, imagine being able to maybe just go to your favorite coffee shop and get the coffee that you love on the morning of. You know, it's little things,
That just
seeing
makes-
your family, something.
normally they bring them in much earlier. So
Yeah.
COVID's actually got them at home for longer.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
But how
it will make a
superstitious are most elite football players or elite sportsmen?
A lot of
the,
them.
the closest thing to it is the 49ers once played in Palo Alto, which is
50 minutes south.
which
whatever
is
it
just down the road, which
Yeah.
is Stanford's campus.
Did they win?
But it's not their stadium. No idea.
Well,
Total
one's- So,
points.
yeah, first time.
Yeah.
Total points over under is 56.5. I think
Over.
it's going just way over.
Take the over for
so
sure.
far over, it's not
56
even
and a
funny.
half. Yeah, it's going to be both teams
we-
are scoring
30 all.
30.
When we predict our winner and score at the end, I am way over that.
Both teams are
Oh, yeah.
scoring 30.
Yeah, and that's over for sure.
Yeah.
There are just so many things that you can bet on now. It's just getting more like first team to punt 3 times. Like it has got to a point now where it's out of control. And I actually can't find the fun ones. Will the last play of the game be a kneel? All sorts of stuff like that. You can now take the kickers head-to-head. Look, the safety is the first score of the game. You got to find it, and you got to bet it.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often, but when it does, giddy up. You want to be all over it. It's usually around...
Broncos Seahawks was the best morning ever.
Always had the safety. Yeah, I remember when everyone's got the safety. Where were we that year?
At the Hawthorn.
And when that ball got snapped over his head, we were like, no, what was the opening score? Seahawks Broncos. Is that what you said? Or did you say Carolina? Yeah, Seahawks Broncos. When that ball snapped over his head, we were all just screaming, like, hit it out the back, hit it out the back. So good. Yeah, we all were just like, well, that's our day paid for.
Bloody oath.
That was a good day.
$3 on it.
It was a great day. Always better safety.
Safety during the game.
Yeah.
Found it.
Not for the first score of the game.
What's the paying?
Just anywhere in the game. Yes is $9.50. So even there, the value's good. And
the first score is like 80 or something?
It's usually 50 or 60.
That year, though, was 101.
It's happened twice, though.
Well, they had to wind it in. Yes, it happened twice.
Exactly.
The first score of the game's happened twice, yeah.
Yeah, so they had to wind it all in. Look, as I'm scrolling through, there are now just so many. It's ridiculous. You can bet on a successful 4th down conversion. That should be a yes. Successful 2-point conversion. Bet the yes on that as well. Most passing yards. There's tons and tons. I'm trying to find some halftime show ones. The halftime show is The Weeknd. Just quietly, I really like The Weeknd. I think he's fucking awesome. I can't wait.
Who doesn't like The Weeknd? You're saying it like it's an unpopular opinion. The Weeknd are excellent. Blinded by the Lights got me through COVID. Through TikTok, just sits walking around going,
I'm sorry, what was it called?
Blinded by the Lights.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what it's called.
It's not Blinded by the Light, my friend.
What's it called?
It's, hang on.
I think I better be right.
It's not Blinded by the Light, I can tell you that.
I'm pretty sure the song's called Blinding Lights.
It's coming. Everyone who knows the answer to this is just yelling.
Really? Am I this wrong? Have I been singing?
Blinding Lights.
Yeah, and the song goes, I'm blinded by the lights.
No, you're probably right. I don't know.
Well, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this moment for a second because I'm rarely right when this happens. This is me enjoying the moment.
Soak it all in.
This is great.
I do. Yeah. So what color is Gatorade this year?
I can't even find it. But betting all those is fun.
I love clear.
It's never green.
Never green.
Well, remember, a lot of
clear, orange, or
we're
yellow.
a week before. A lot of the betting stuff's not set yet.
That's true. Some of that stuff goes up quite late.
And it will change. Odds will change because players will become available, unavailable. That sort of Mahomes, that concussion that he never had might actually come back and he won't be able to play. Don't think so.
Yeah. No, don't think that's going to happen.
Do you reckon if Chad Henne got concussed like that, they would have made sure he was cleared for the game?
I'm trying to see who's singing the national anthem this year because I don't know who it is.
Well, last year did we fail the over? Last year?
Last year it was under.
Yeah, because they kept pushing it up.
Yeah.
The best was the year when the chick from Frozen sang it, and it was she needed to hold. No. It was the whatever her name is, the chick from Frozen, the older woman. They're like, the snow never bothered me any day.
Gladys Knight.
Is that who's singing it?
That's who's singing it.
No, I've got no name, and she held the last line.
Demi Lovato was the.
That was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a few years ago. She held the last
line. Is she the chick
line.
from Frozen though?
Maybe this is. I'm thinking of another chick. She was also in Glee. She was like, she's anyway. It's got a weird name. John Travolta pronounced it really poorly at an awards night once. It was look it up. But yeah, she's like, and she held the last line. I reckon, Richie, we were cheering for like 15 seconds as she held this line and it went over.
This year.
Who we got?
Oh.
So Grammy-nominated artist Jasmine Sullivan.
You didn't have to put Grammy-nominated.
Eric?
I don't know.
I've never heard of them.
They both look like country singers.
Oh, under. Go the under.
No, if it's a duet, though, they'll be doing that little like, let's hand this off to each other. Oh my God, you're a good singer. No, I'm a good singer. That thing that the duets do. Singers. Yeah, but like,
so it's all no,
they can't be country singers.
Because it ain't the food I gave it.
Yeah, but how could a country singer sing the national anthem? They're going to slip in something about a wife who's addicted to cocaine that to let go. Yeah, something about being an alcoholic. Died. Yeah, something about their dog. There's no way it doesn't go for 17 and a half minutes.
Yeah, the crops were unyielded. This is weird.
If you are going to bet that, do your research. I doubt it's the first time Eric Crouch or Jasmine Sullivan has sung the national anthem at a sporting event.
I was trying
it will be on YouTube. Go find it.
Be.
Run your timer.
Who did we do? We did that with
Lacey did it last year.
Yeah.
She rarely misses.
I'm pretty sure Lacey took the under last year.
Yeah, she did.
She did. And that's what I'm like. She got it. Like, she did the research.
I think she's hit it something 6
It's
years in a row.
insane,
You know
man.
why? Because
all of us-
she
all of us-
sits in front of YouTube for an hour.
It just
Get it right.
All
it's
those
just
drunk
one of
idiots where
those-
they're screaming for the over.
It's just
turning on
those
there going,
fun
"You're wrong."
things. It's those fun things that you do because no one likes the. Oh, no, sorry,
No
I'm not
one
going to
likes-
disrespect
no
the
one
song. I
likes
don't
the
care
first
about.
hour of Super Bowl.
Yeah,
game.
I don't care about the pre-stuff.
It's awkward
you know?
conversation whilst you're trying to drink as much as you can.
100%, and it's normally like you got to do it early because then the bar starts cutting you off. But that won't happen.
Yes,
at Sporting
Dave.
Globe. Nah, Dave won't.
I don't know. I'm threatening. Like,
Dave will look
Dave.
after us. Don't worry.
There's a point where he'll kick people out.
No, he won't. Not me.
nah, they always will.
He actually said one day he loved me more than anything. I think he was lying, and I think I dreamt it, but he definitely said it in that moment.
That's
Predictions?
Okay, predictions. Someone else go first.
I'll go last because
Yeah, you go
Come
last. DJ, you're
fair.
first.
So for me, it's going to be Chiefs winning at halftime, Bucks winning at full time, Brady getting the MVP, and they're going to win by, like I said, the Bucks are going to win by 3 points. There's going to be a comeback drive.
Fuck, we're all taking the Bucks. I'm
Comeback drive.
I
So
as I said,
that'll be going for pretty good money though. Chiefs to be winning it to actually for Bucks to come
from
back.
half to come back. Well, he's done it before, 28-3, Atlanta Falcons.
Exactly right.
And the good thing about Atlanta, like they learned from that mistake, and it hasn't happened since in the second half collapse. I'm with you, Deej. I think the Chiefs, they probably get a good start, but I just don't think. I think this story. Every time I think, oh, Tom Brady's story is like this can't just keep happening. And everyone's like, oh, how lucky is this guy? At some point, it's just not luck anymore. And I think when a story is this good, it feels like it's scripted, this story. And if I was writing this TV series about Tom Brady, I'd let him beat the young guy. You know, I'd let him beat him. I think that's
it
what
teaches the young guy a
it's
bit
what
of
I want
humility,
to
and it
happen.
gives him a lesson for the rest
Yeah.
of his career.
I want it to happen. And I think it will. I think Tom Brady wins. I think they win at 37-34 on a field goal
3
in
points
overtime.
as well.
it's very close to what I've got it.
A field goal in overtime on the
MVP?
first drive where Mahomes doesn't get a chance to get the ball. That's what I think happens.
Well, field goal.
Field goal who get a chance.
42-34. Changed my mind. 42-35. They score a touchdown. 2 Gronk on a 1 yard fade route where he slightly pushes off and they don't call it.
MVP.
Boom, got it.
Yeah.
Give me dark horse Mike Evans. He goes for 190 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Nah,
Burns the crap out of him.
Timmy Brady. I'm going to go with the fairy tale. all the way
Actually,
to
no,
the
I
end.
got to give it to Timmy Brady because if he
he
scores
did
3
that-
passing touchdowns, there's no way Brady's not
Yep,
getting it. I'm
if he
going with
did that.
Tommy Brady.
Over 500 yards.
Richie, go on. Come on, Levante.
Tampa Bay, 41-39. Insanely close shootout. But
OT?
the MVP will be Devin White, thanks to his 2 pick sixes in the second half.
Bang. Bang. Okay. Yep. Oh, he's bringing out the helmet.
This Devin White?
Devin White.
Very, very quickly, Devin White is becoming my favorite non-Cowboy player in the NFL.
He's the best.
He's
Actually,
a really good.
I'm pretty sure.
really player to watch.
Now, can we talk earlier in the year? Do you remember? I think it was when they pantsed Green Bay. We had and I said I think the Bucks can go to the Super Bowl.
I think we've been saying it most weeks.
I think I'm pretty sure I told you to pump the brakes, but
You
you were
did.
right. No, I was wrong.
I think I just
Have
They're
we been
very
saying it most
complete-
weeks though?
nah, not for a while because then they had that lull. They had that real. They lost to the Giants.
Yeah,
Like,
but I know
trying to tell
I've
them on
mentioned
5
multiple
games.
times. I said that no, we're not allowed to bet against Brady until he loses.
We had a bad run in the middle.
yeah.
We were playing, and even a
Well, that
couple
was
of our
because
wins,
you had a whole bunch of
we were playing
injured
bad
receivers.
football.
But give me I said, give me the fairy tale. Give me Brady.
So you reckon
Mahomes is going
Devin
to win
White-
plenty. I think Mahomes is going to be around for.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to be around for. See, quarterbacks are playing to their 44 now. Mahomes is what 26.
Yep.
He's got 20 years left
Exactly.
potentially. So I don't think he's going to have a shortage of Super Bowls when it's all said and done. Give Brady in a different city. Give Tampa something. Like they've been so crap for
It's
so
only
long.
25.
I think 25. There you go.
25.
Isn't that scary?
And quite frankly, just turned. It was in September.
So he could have, apart from D
That's
Ford, he could have
terrifying.
gone to a Super Bowl in his MVP year, rookie year.
If he could.
No, it wouldn't have been his rookie.
Wasn't that
No,
his
because
rookie year?
No, he
remember he
sat.
sat his rookie
Sat his
year. He
rookie.
only played the last
That's
game of
right,
the season.
actually.
Remember that, Alex
his rookie
Smith?
starting year.
Yeah, so his first year as a
First year
starter,
as a starter.
he's gone AFC Championship game, 2 Super Bowls.
So his first
in
year
his
as a
first
starter,
years.
he was a 22-year-old, no, 21-year-old.
Yeah.
As a first-year
Yeah,
starter.
You can
'cause
start college at 17.
Remember, good college players, they don't get
They don't stick
redshirted.
around.
Unless like, good players do get redshirted, but a lot like the superstars out of college, the 5-star guys, they don't get redshirted. They don't and they only play 3 years and they go straight to the pros.
Yeah.
Because who's sitting there when there's $20 million on the board?
Early enroll when you're 17 and away you go.
Anyone ever says to me they should stay for their senior year, mate, they've only got a limited amount of time to earn money in the NFL. If they can get drafted, go.
Yeah,
that's my
yeah.
opinion.
If you're going to be drafted the first 3 rounds, go.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
Makes sense.
That's it for us, guys. Thank you, DJ, for being here. It's been too long.
It has
Love your
been
work.
too
I think we
long.
should get us all back in here for the recap next week, if possible. I've got the Tuesday off.
I have the Tuesday off.
You got the Tuesday off?
Yeah, I got the Tuesday off.
We can do a midday.
No, Jules.
Actually, how you feel?
Jules, do you have the Tuesday off? Yes, but you'll cancel last minute. No worries, buddy. Love you, Jules. Miss you, buddy.
Well, he can take it off. So it's not just a week in advance. It's 8 days in advance.
8 days in advance. So, yeah, I reckon we'll try and get everyone in here next week. Thank you for being here, boys. Everyone, enjoy the Super Bowl. Enjoy Brady. Enjoy Mahomes. We probably won't get it again. Enjoy
Don't
the
message or
crap
try
out
to
of it.
call us at all during the day.
No, I've got my kids babysat. I've told my wife I'll be home when I'm home, and I'm turning my phone off. Simple as that. Everyone get to the Sporting Globe, or if not, get to Burnley Brewing. They've got their big function going on. If you live in that area, head in there. They've got massive specials going on. $5 beer, $5 pints, I think it was. Bloody Marys, foods. I think there's $25 for as much food as you can. $30 for as much food as you can eat. Awesome work. Get in the Burnley Brewing, support them. And just lastly, thanks to Breaking Odds Memorabilia for your constant support this year. If you want to collect some helmets like this sort of stuff, get in there. If you want to be a patron, have a chance to win a helmet like this. Not this one, because this one's going to be gone tomorrow. But there are more. They're coming. Sign up to our Patreon. And thank you to everybody for being here, especially you two boys. Love your work, guys. Enjoy the Super Bowl.
Cheers. We can see you next Tuesday.